Hey guys, it's me, it's PokemonTripHD, and we're back today with week number 3 in the Battle Union. I'm pretty hyped for this week. We're going against the Wolverhampton Weaviles and their coach, Jack, aka Just Weavile. Wolverhampton Weavile, you get it, I get it. Anyways, it's going to be a really fun week this week because we're playing a good pal of mine, Jack, and I've wanted to play Jack in League format for a really long time, since like the MPL, so it's been a really long time since I wanted to play Jack. I'm probably excited that we get to play Jack because I've never battled him in League format. I have battled him outside of League format one time, and I got destroyed, and let's not talk about that one time. But anyways, so I'm really looking forward to this week. I put a lot of time into building this team. I probably put as much time as I spent building my week 1 and week 2 team into building this one team. So I put a lot of time and effort into this team, and I'm trying to fix these things. I hit the table and started shaking. Anyways, yeah, so I put a lot of time to building this team, and I'm really happy with this team. I feel like this is the best possible team I could have built to go up against Jack's team, which says a lot, honestly, if you think that it's the best possible team to go up against your opponent's team. And I really do like this team. And basically, let's go over Jack's team first. Let's go over Jack's team. So, Jack's team first of all, let's just say he has Mega Medicham. He has the one and only Goddess Mega Medicham. I think his is a boy, but I mean, our Goddess from last season, Mega Medicham, she always comes through. She wins the Battle Union every single season, and Jack has her this season, so that's kind of scary because, you know, whoever has Mega Medicham is basically fated to win the league. So we kind of want to avoid that. Maybe it's kind of a curse where, like, only if you've had Mega Medicham you can win the league. Who knows? So, with that being said, this first Pokemon's Mega Medicham, which is a huge threat. Biggest wall breaker in the game, or not biggest, best wall breaker in the game, in my opinion at least. He has Bisharp, which is a great partner for Mega Medicham. He has Crobat, which he sniped me. Just gonna say he sniped me. He has Lando T, Volcarona, Manectric, Slowking, Venusaur, Aggron, and then on his bench, which he cannot use this week, he has Dugtrio, Sableye, and Ditto. So that's his team, and looking at his team, the first thing you're probably going to notice is he has no real wall other than Slowking. Like, he has no dedicated wall besides Slowking. You can't really count anything else on the team as a wall. Like, Crobat's too frail to be a wall. Lano T doesn't have reliable recovery to be a wall. Like Volcarona, I guess could be, but it's a little too frail on the defensive side to be a wall. Venusaur, it could be a wall. It could be if you play it right, but even then, Venusaur still gets 2 hit KO'd by a lot of moves, and it's weak to so many typings too. So honestly, he does not have a wall on his team. So that's kind of like the first thing you notice. Now, I just want to say Jack did make a trade. It doesn't count for this week though. He traded Sableye for Miltank, and I feel like that trade helps his team so much more. But that doesn't count for this week. It takes into effect next week, starting week 4. So we don't need to worry about that. Even if we did, it's going to be on the bench anyway, so we're good. We're all handy-dandy. So that's what I noticed. Slowking is his only wall. And the thing is, Slowking kind of destroys our team, which is, like, ridiculous. Like, Slowking puts in so much work against our team. It stops our stops our three biggest threats on the team, being the Kyurem, the Entei, and the Megalopoly. Our biggest offensive threats are checked defensively by the Slowking, which is not good. So, knowing that, I kind of built this team around taking out the Slowking and then putting in work with our Kyurem and our Megalopoly. And you might be saying, you have an Entei there too, why not the Entei? You'll see later. Entei set is flames. It is literally flames. You will see. You get it? Flames. You get it? I hope you do. Anyways, so with all that being said, let's get all that out of the way. So more things you notice about his team. Mew puts in a lot of work just psychic fighting style. Like, that puts in a lot of work against his team. Electros actually also does really well against his team. He has no switch into Electros and to Kyurem at all. Like, at all, as if we're offensive variants. Like, if we're like just Electros, he honestly has no switch-ins for Electros. Kyurem, we need to be like Expert Belt or Life Orb for him to have no switch-ins, because if we're Life Orb, Shadow Ball, 2-hit KO Slowking. If he has no Speed F investment, of course. Even Expert Belt, I think, is a roll to 2-hit KO Slowking. So if we're Expert Belt, then he has no switch-ins to Kyurem. And he has no switch-ins to Electros because, you know, Electric Stab and all that good stuff. So those two things destroy his team. Now, I just want to say, before we even get started, the main reason I'm not bringing Electros is because I couldn't. It was basically like I had to bring Electros or Kyurem, and I decided to bring Kyurem instead because you guys will see what Kyurem I'm being later, but it's a Scarf Kyurem. And I feel like Scarf Kyurem does better against Jack's team because it's another backup way to deal with the Medicham. But also outspeeds Scarf Lando, which Electros does not. Now Electros is bulky enough and it's immune to EQ, but I mean it outspeeds Scarf Kyurem outspeeds Scarf Lando, so I'd rather have that. And now let's get into the team. I talked about his team way too much. It's just kind of, talking about what I was seeing. Also, I wanted to say thank you, Jack, for keeping that Ditto on the bench, the Sableye on the bench, and the Ducktrio on the bench. Honestly, those three are like really annoying things. Like those are ridiculously annoying, and I'm so glad they're on the bench because they can honestly like destroy my team if you don't plan around them well. So I'm really happy with that. Now, let's get into the team. So first member on this team is going to be right here. It's going to be our little boy, Avalugg. Our little girl, Avalugg. Fubuki, Avalugg, blah, 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 blah. First up in the party, of course, to play those mind games with, is he going to lead Avalugg? Is he not going to lead Avalugg? Because I've led Mew the past 2 times, and Avalugg is going to be my dedicated lead this week. That's why I put him in the front to play those mind games, because you guys know how much I love those mind games. So we have Sturdy, of course. It's the ability of choice. Rocky Helmet to get recoil damage on physical attackers and, like, say, Mega Medicham, because after Rocky Helmet damage, the Lopunny does take him out with a return. So that's awesome. This defensive Avalugg can wall so many things on his team. I'm expecting him, if he brings Lando, to bring like a somewhat special Lando for this Avalugg, like maybe just carry Earth Power or maybe carry HP Rock or something just to hit this. I'm not sure if he gets any special Rock type move other than like he might get Power Gem, he might get HM Power. I'm not really sure, but I'm expecting some sort of special move to hit the Avalugg. So yeah, it's defensive. It deals with the Lando. It deals with the Crobat. It deals with the Bisharp. It deals with. It doesn't really deal with the Mega Medicham, but I mean, with Sturdy, we can Avalanche that thing. It doesn't take it out, but I mean, it does a lot of damage. We can take out the Venusaur, we can take out the Avalugg, but we don't outspeed either of them, and they're probably going to do a lot of damage to us. Manectric is also going to be a bit of an issue for this thing, but Umbreon deals with that pretty well. So, this thing, it has 8 IVs in special defense. It's actually 7 IVs. I'll ask my Jenner to change that to 7, just guaranteed knockout on Slowking with Mirror Coat. We have Recover, of course, just for general recovery. Mirror Coat is for the Slowking. It is 100% for the Slowking. Now, I'm going to talk about the ideal matchup right now. Ideally, this is what would happen. So, we'd lead with Avalugg, as he'd lead with, say, Crobat, expecting the Mega Lopunny lead, bringing maybe an Inner Focus Crobat or something. So then you'd U-turn out, take Rocky Helmet damage, and go out to Slowking on an Avalanche. He would say, okay, this thing can't do anything to me. Let's hit him with the Scald. We can't go for a Psychic type move. He has a Dark type. Hit him with the Scald. Maybe we can burn that Umbreon. So we go for the Scald, and Scald is over 50% to us. And I just realized, I think they're all level 100. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let me change that. Level 50. Wow, okay, I'll change the other ones as we go to them. But yeah, so this, so he hit us with the Scald, it does over 50%, and we hit him with the Mirror Coat, and we OHKO him back. So that's kind of the main thing. That would be ideal. Another ideal scenario would be he leads with Bisharp, we superpower the Bisharp, take that thing out, and then that'd just be awesome. Because an Iron Head does like 30 some odd percent to us. If he's Life Orb, I think it does a little bit more, but it doesn't do too much to us, even though it's super effective stab and it's a Bisharp. But yeah, Avalugg so fat. I love Avalugg. I love it. Also, another ideal scenario would be he leads with Lando, U-turns out into Slowking, and the same exact thing happens. That would be ideal. Superpower, it's for the Bisharp and for the Avalugg. That's it. Not the Avalugg, what the heck? And the Aggron. They both start with A's, you know? So, it's only for those two, honestly. It takes out both of them, I believe. I think it takes out Aggron. I know for sure it takes out Bisharp. I think it takes out the Aggron, too, because it's base 120, 4 times super effective, you know, all that good stuff. So, that's why we have that. And then, you know, where we have Avalanche and Stab, it hits everything really, really hard. And, yeah, that's Avalugg. This is going to be our dedicated lead. It's just going to be, it's such a great Pokemon against Jack's team, honestly. I really do love Avalugg so much. Avalugg, if you guys don't know, Avalugg's one of my favorite Pokemon. Not just like favorite. I mean, it's honestly, it's really, really fun to use competitively. That's what I mean, like favorite. It's my favorite Pokemon to use because it's so much fun to play with competitively because you can do so many things with it that I haven't even gotten to do yet. But maybe we'll do them in the future. Who knows? Who knows? Also, I'm hoping Mirror Coat catches him off guard because Avalugg Mirror Coat, what? Anyways, next Pokemon on the team, it's going to be our... Yeah. Yes, hopefully I played the thing. It's going to be our Mew. Shiny Mew, of course. Leftovers, this is going to be our mate switch into the Mega Medicham. We're carrying the Roost because Softbuild, it said, Showdown said it was illegal with this set, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But I carried Roost just because it doesn't really matter, honestly. Stealth Rocks, get up those rocks for the Volcarona. Aura Spheres for the Aggron and for the Bisharp. Psychic is for everything else, honestly. 2 or 3 KOs most things. Volcarona does switch in on this thing very easily. But we have a switch in for Volcarona, as you'll see later. Also, if Rock's up, he doesn't switch in. and take 2 psychics, I think, unless he's bulky, of course. Honestly, Bisharp, if he's Life Orb Bisharp, Sucker Punch does like 80% max, I believe. So even after a Metacham's Fake Out, after leftovers, he can't take us out with a Sucker Punch, and then we can Aura Sphere and Oko him back, which is pretty cool. If he's Scarfed and he knockoffs, it's not going to do too much, and we can roost that off and then outstall him easily. We can Aura Sphere, take him out. You know, honestly, this thing puts in a lot of work against this team, and I really do like Mew in this matchup. But Mew's main objective is going to be to take hits from the Mega Metacham, because we have no switch-ins to Mega Metacham besides Mew. And in my opinion, Mew is one of the best Mega Metacham counters/checks in the game. I just spit. That was disgusting. Counters/checks in the game, because most Psychic types do very, very well against it, but just double base 100 and the 2 defensive stats are awesome. And I say double, you know, like it's base 100 everywhere. You know what I mean, though. And the hits that actually matter, I forgot to change it to level 50. Also, I forgot to say the speed on Avalugg is to outspeed a Slowking, and we can recover up on that if need be. So yeah, that's the main thing. We outspeed a Bisharp, Jolly Bisharp max speed. We outspeed it with Mew, and like I said, we can Aura Sphere, take that bad boy out. Something I'm kind of afraid of, Volcarona setting up on us. That's a big fear of mine, but we do have a switch in for Volcarona. But if he's Life Orb HP Rock, then that's a +1 that's going to do a lot of damage to Entei. So, kind of scared about that. And, what else? I was thinking about running Worry Seed on this Mew, but I decided against it because I just don't see myself using Worry Seed. I know it's for the Mega Metacham if I did run it, but I don't think I'm going to run it. Psychic 2 kills the Crobat, which is awesome. It's a backup way to deal with the Crobats, and yeah, honestly, it does really well against his team. I really do like Mew in this matchup, like I said. Shiny, of course, because Shiny Mew is best Mew, and I feel like there's something I'm not saying with Mew, but I don't know. I can't remember anything else. Synchronize because it doesn't get another ability, and I think that's it. But we're gonna go to Lopunny, Mega Lopunny. I hate how they're all level 100. I should have changed them back, but whatever. So Mega Lopunny, Limber, of course, before it Mega Evolves. Enough speed to outspeed the Crobat, because if he brings max speed Crobat, we need to outspeed that bad boy. Rest into attack, and then the HP. We have Fake Out, Power Up Punch, Return, and then Facade. Facade is for the Volcarona alone, because if we Fake Out, get burned, hit the bad boy with the Facade, and take him out. Facade is as strong as, or maybe stronger than Last Resort. I don't remember. I know it's base 140 once you're burned. What's Last Resort? Last Resort is... Last Resort isn't even... What? Where's Last Resort? Where is it? Where is it? It's 140. Okay, so it does the same amount of damage as Last Resort once we get burned by the Volcarona. So that's pretty darn cool. And you know, Last Resort stab... Oh, it's like a truck. It's basically a 210 power move, which is insane. We have Power Punch instead of the high jump kick, because Power Punch takes out Bisharp and a 2-KO with Aggron. I know this doesn't take out Aggron with one hit, which could be a troublesome thing, but I'm not going to leave this thing in on Aggron anyways, because what I'm kind of expecting Aggron to be is like a defensive Choppleberry set with counter. That would kind of scare me, you know? So that's kind of what I'm thinking is Aggron's going to end up being, but yes, this Mega Lopunny is basically here to clean up the game after we get rid of the Slowking with either the Avalugg or with this member, which is going to be next up on the team, which is Entei. Let's bring this bad boy to level 50 also. Entei, Leftovers, Pressure, because it doesn't have Flash Fire yet. Sunny Day, Toxic, Fire Spin, Sacred Fire. This is Flames! This set is Flames. It's literal Flames. The thing about this Entei is, alright, this Entei, we outspeed an Adamant Bisharp, I believe. Adamant Bisharp we outspeed. We outspeed a max speed Aggron, I believe. We outspeed... I think we outspeed a non-invested lane. Yeah, we outspeed a non-invested lane because we're naturally faster than that thing anyways. This thing takes hits from the Volcarona. This is our main way of beating the Volcarona. What would be ideal is to switch in on the Volcaronas like Bug Buzz, and then as he switches into Slowking, we hit him with the Fire Spin, we hit him, we throw up the Sunny Day, and then we Toxic that bad boy, and we saw that bad boy. With the Spadef, with the Spread investment, I believe we get 13 HP back from Leftovers. Mew gets 12 with 201. This gets 13 with 217. Also, Scald in the Sun does less than a Psyshock would, which is crazy. I think that's really, really funny. Sacred Fire, just because Sacred Fire 2 KOs a non-bulky spread of Volcarona. It does a lot of damage to Aggron, does a lot of damage to everything else on his team besides the Slowking, honestly. So, that's why it's there. We have Toxic, like I said, it's to trap that bad boy Slowking. Our main way of dealing with Slowking is going to be with an Ice type and a Fire type, which I don't think I've ever heard anyone say. So that's definitely a first for me. It's nicknamed Gear. Gear, I love that. Anyways, Akano is Lopunny's nickname because Akano is waifu of the year. And yeah, this Entei, honestly, it's the main reason is to wall the Volcarona. I know if he has HP Rock, he can do a lot of damage to us. And I am expecting HP Rock because that hits the Kyurem and the Avalugg also without needing to risk Fire Blast miss. So yeah, I'm really expecting that. And the thing about this Entei is that honestly it matches up really, really well against this team. Only things that can deal with this Entei are the Lando and the Medicham, because Medicham just outright OHKOs us. Those are honestly the only two things that can deal with this Entei. I was thinking about bringing Bandit Entei, but in the end I decided against it because this set is needed for the Volcarona, like I said earlier. So that's this Entei. Hoping Entei can put in work. This is the first time bringing Entei this season, so I'm really hoping Entei can put in the finest of work. Next up on the scene we have Asunamaru, the Umbreon, shiny of course, because we love our shinies. We're a shiny collector over here. Inner focus for the Bisharp so the Ironhead does not flinch us. Leftovers, Moonlight, Wish, Heal Bell, and Foul Play. Heal Bell is for like Sludge Bomb poisons from the Venusaur, or like, I don't even know, Volcarona if we get Flame Bodied and we want to get rid of that Flame Body. Or Slowking Scald Burns. That's the main thing. That's what Heal Bell's for. Foul Play does a lot of damage to everything on its team besides like the Volcarona. And that's honestly the only thing. And Venusaur too, if he's especially offensive. Moonlight is just to get our recovery back ASAP. Wish is to Wish Pass, honestly, because we don't need a last move. Baton Pass would be cool, yeah, but Wish is just so much better to be able to Wish Pass. I could run Wish Baton Pass, but then I wouldn't have Protect, and then that could lead to the Bisharp beating me, which is not fun. This spread lets us outspeed speed creeping Aggron if he brings that. It lets us, oh wait, no, it's only supposed to be 28, not 32, because as you can see, these extra 4 EVs, it doesn't matter where we put them, it makes no difference at all, so we just don't put them anywhere, because honestly, who needs 4 extra EVs when you're already the best Pokemon in existence? They're just unnecessary. So this Umbreon's main objective is to deal with the Manectric, it's to deal with possibly the Lando, it's to deal with the Crobats, though Foul Play doesn't do too much of the Crobat unless he's offensive. Kind of deals with the Venusaur too. Honestly, this thing is just here for support. That's the main thing. Umbreon doesn't do too much against this team. It does better than Vaporeon, which is why I'm bringing it, obviously. It does well the Bisharp pretty darn nicely. I believe Foul Play at +2 is a 2 KO on the Bisharp. It does over 50%. I think it does like 53 min, or maybe it's 53 max. I think it was 53 min, though, which is insane for a resisted hit. It's absolutely insane, and I really do like Umbreon in this matchup. Foul Play does a lot to the Medicham, but 2 KOs Medicham. Does a lot to the Lando also, which is awesome. And honestly, it's just here for support. That's the main thing. It's here to support the rest of the team. It's also good wish passing to Entei, because Entei does not have recovery. And yeah, that's Umbreon. Next up on the team, we originally had Electros, but like I said, I changed it out for a Scarfed Kyurem. Changed that bad boy to level 50 also. Pressure, because it doesn't get another ability. Choice Scarf, because to outspeed the Medicham, to outspeed the Scarf Lando if he brings that, to outspeed a Crobat, to outspeed of course doesn't outspeed Scarf Crobat, but outspeeds a lot of different things. Even outspeeds a Scarf Bisharp. It does really, really good against his team. I believe if he brings Sunny Day Venusaur and he's bringing 0 speed, we outspeed that too, which is pretty cool. Just in case, I mean, you never know if he's gonna bring that. You never know. You never know. We have Rock Tomb for the Volcarona, Earth Power for the Bisharp, Ice Beam for everything else, and Draco for the Slowking. Ice Beam for everything but the Slowking, honestly. Ice Beam does a lot of damage to his team. It's for everything but Slowking and Bisharp. Because it doesn't really... And Aggron. 3 Pokemon. My bad. Earth Power, it's the other ones, though, so it's all fine. And Volcarona. Oh, alright, there's a lot of Pokemon that take Ice Beam, but you know what I mean. It's for the Lando, for the Crobat, for the Venusaur. And, I mean, it does a lot of damage to the Manectric, too. Honestly, this thing's a nice switch into the Manectric because Manectric can't really do much besides like overheat. Even that, he's going to have to switch out after an overheat, and we can capitalize with that by a Draco. His only Draco switching is the Aggron, and the Bisharp isn't even honestly a Draco switching because Draco does a lot of damage to it. It doesn't 2-hit KO it, but it does a lot of damage to it. And we have switchings to Bisharp anyway, so I'm not too afraid of that bad boy. Alright, we have enough speed to outspeed a Lando, which is the only thing we need to. I think he's going to bring Adamant Medicham, so if he does, we outspeed Medicham if we get knocked off. I don't even know what gets knocked off on his team. Well, Bisharp gets knocked off, Lando gets knocked off, Venusaur gets knocked. A lot of Pokemon get knocked off on his team, actually. I take that back. I need to think through what I say before I say it. But yeah, it does really, really well against the team. Kyurem's going to be, like I said, as soon as we take out the Slowking with either the Entei or the Avalugg, Kyurem and Megalopoly are going to have a field day against Jack's team, which is the main reason I'm having them here. And yeah, that's the team. How long was this been? I feel like this is a really long time. It's been 20 minutes that I've been recording for a while. So that's the team. Let me know what you guys think about this team. I feel like it's the best possible team I could have built against Jack's team. Also, I didn't say Kiram's nickname. It's Lancelot. Lancelot, though. This is the Kiram, and this is the team. Let me know what you guys think about this team. I think it's Flames with, the Entei set with the mirror coating. I think it's Flames. I'm hoping Mew can do some work. Last week, Mew didn't really get to do much. I think Mew is going to be able to put in some work because it's there for the Metacham. And he's 100% bringing the Metacham since we don't have a switch in besides Mew. And, yeah, that's the team. Hope you guys enjoyed this team. I think it's a really good team. I think it matches up well against every variant of Jack's team. Besides a Calm Mind, Recover, Vacuum Wave, Shadow Ball, Mega Metacham, but I don't think he's going to bring that because that's just so far out there. I was going to bring that last season against, I think, Quill, but I ended up not doing that because just Huge Power is too good to get rid of. And that's going to be, I'm just rambling right now. I don't even know. That's going to be the end of it. I said that's going to be like 15 different times right there. But yeah, that's everything. Hope you guys did enjoy this. Let me know what you guys think about the team. I'm just repeating myself. I'm really bad with this outro stuff. Anyways, battle is going to be up tomorrow. And I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to playing Jack. It's going to be a very fun match. And, yeah. Have you guys a great day. And until next time, have a nice trip.